YouTubers. I've just been having a talk to my hubby, and he commented that I'm very, very, very affected, by the Valium. And I'll be honest with you, I sure am. And as much as I absolutely hate being like this, I can't help it. But I want to be able to go back in time and watch these videos and have a laugh about how ridiculously I was acting and how ridiculous I was sounding. I can promise you this, that none of this is an act. I can barely think for myself. My poor husband's just come off night shift to 4 nights. And I feel so sorry for him because I couldn't even make him a cup of coffee. I couldn't make myself anything either. God, I'm so frustrated. And I'm so sorry at the same time. I feel sorry for myself. I was sick. My mother was alive. But I couldn't even spend much time there with her. Because I was so sick. Where this is coming from, I don't know. I didn't even have her in my head a second ago. And all of a sudden, all I thought about was how sick I was and how it stopped me from seeing my mother before she died. I saw her at Christmas time. I'll insert a picture. How she looked then, and I never saw her like that with my real eyes. I only saw her like that in a picture that I took when we were eating Christmas lunch at the Grey House. I hate this Valium. I can't stand it. It's the worst thing I've ever had. If I get up out of bed too quickly, I feel so disorientated and dizzy. I just don't know anymore. Don't get me wrong, I've had no unsafe thoughts, none whatsoever. And when I say things like I just don't know, it doesn't mean that I've got no other option of getting better and I'm at the end of my wit's end, because nothing will ever get me that far. I'm knocking on wood right now. Who the hell's that? I can't get out of bed to see. I don't really want my husband to see me crying, but if I do hear him come through the front door, I'll have to end this video and I'll comment again soon, but I just don't want him to see me like this. I want my kids and my husband to see me strong. I got up and I put a dark load of washing on today, and my daughter did. She put it in the machine. She said, Mum, can you check it for me? When you do, just start it for me, then I'll hang the washing out when I get home. So I've done that this morning. I've put the load on. I just had to push the buttons, basically. She did everything else for me. She put the clothes moisturiser in, and she put the liquid soap in the container. Then obviously I just had to assess the level of the washing. It's terrible. I forgot the zit there. Sorry, I swore. And what was I saying? This happens all the time. So I checked it and I turned the washing on. So she'll hang out the washing. Now I went downstairs to take Babby to the toilet. That was how I managed. I did the clothes then while I was down there. If I hadn't gone down, I wouldn't have done it. So, but I did it because I was down there anyway, taking Babby to the toilet. She's sitting with me. She doesn't want to leave me for some reason. She just wants to stay sitting with me. But I think it's because I'm so ill. I haven't felt this ill in a long time. A very long time. And I think it's finally coming to a head. October is my surgery. That's what I had to do. I had to ring Kathy today at the bariatric. She's part of the bariatric team. She's the registered nurse that I need to make contact with if I need to find out any other information. So I need to ring her today as well. I just really wanted to document how I was feeling today, because in 5 years or even 10 years or even in 1 year, I want to look back and I want to be able to say, Jesus, I was sick, without blaspheming our Lord and Jesus Christ. Because I do feel pretty crook. I feel sick I feel worse than crook as a dog. I feel so emotionally vulnerable. I feel physically vulnerable because I can't do anything for myself. Yes, I got up and took Babby to the toilet. What did I do? Pull the machine cover, turn it on. That's right, wash my hands. When I leant over the basin, and it's normal like a laundry basin, which probably comes up just past my hips, maybe maybe to my belly button it comes up to. So I had to lean over a little bit to turn the taps on, pick the soap up, and oh boy, that's when I felt the pain. Not just in my left lumbar area, but in my right area now. I don't know what I've done, and I don't know why I don't know why the doctors are so weary of my thoracic area. They're saying, just be careful of your thoracic area. It's a really dangerous area for you. But to be honest with you, it's my lumbar and my sacral area that really give me the grief. That's the one that causes me most of the pain. So I pray to God, and I seriously do, I pray to God that I can get better very soon. At the moment, look at me. My hair's greasy. I have had a shower because I had to go out somewhere. Tuesday, I had to go to the hospital to the vascular surgeon to see my toe. And oh my God, he's so pressed. There's no infection, there's no nothing. So they debrided back just some of the dead stuff, the callus, because if the callus is around it, it won't heal properly. So that's brilliant. So next time I go see him, which is in a couple of weeks, I've got to get a letter so that I can show the bariatric surgeon that there's no infection, and that it's at its best. Do you like my chain, by the way? my fob chain and my insulin dependent chain. That was my mum's. My mum had this on when she passed away. The doctors told me she passed away peacefully. I was so glad because my father didn't. I really wanted to be laying next to my mum when she passed away. But I couldn't. I was too sick to get there. I didn't even... We've had that phone call from doctors numerous times, and every time we've put everything down, we rushed off to see because we thought she was going to pass away, but it never happened. As I said, I'll insert some photos of my mother at Christmas time. And like I said, it wasn't until I actually saw that photo did I realise how frail she actually was. So I will enclose a picture towards the very end. If you're religious, or if you've got it in you. I'm not dying by no means. Oh, sugar. I just dropped my phone, I'm sorry. I'm not dying by no means, and there's so many more sick people out there. But if you are Christian in any way, shape or form, I ask that you send prayers my way. I'm sick of suffering with pain. I am going to find some way of paying your prayers forward to someone else who is in need of prayers. You know, and I've had to undergo the public sector for treatment, and believe me, it's a slow process. It's funny because on my forms, they ask you when did I last go to work? And I can always remember that date. It was August the 9th, 2015. So I haven't worked since that date. I had that bad a cough that my supervisor said, I'm sorry, we can't allow you to get on the phone. You need to go home. Because people around me were complaining. And they had every right to. Even though I felt compelled to go to work, I've got a story to tell you, I won't forget. I felt compelled to go to work because that's what management instill in you. I've got a story to tell. Now I came to work because when I rang in sick, I explained, look, I've got diarrhea. And it's pretty bad, and the doctor says I need to wait 24 hours after my last poo, in other words, my last diarrhea, which wasn't then because I still had it. The lady on the phone, which I won't name her, we'll call her Susan. Susan said to me, is it possible that you could go to the pharmacy, get some Maxilon, which is to help you with the nausea, which is what I had as well, and then to get some anti-diarrhea tablets. You do have them over the counter. You can get both over the counter to a certain degree. And I said, well, I could try. So I went to the chemist. I purchased both. Went to work. Within the hour, I was busting. I was hot. Is it how, like, you know when you sort of squeeze your bum cheeks because you've got diarrhea and you don't know whether it's going to be a fart or whether it's going to be a poo. So I squeezed my bum cheeks, praying to God that it wasn't going to be a poo. Well, it was too late. I had pooed my pants. I grabbed my bags. I quickly ran for the elevator. Thank God no one was in there. And I ran home to get a shower. I rang in and I spoke to a male staff member, a male manager, and I said, Susan, suggested that I buy Maxilon and an diarrhea tablet, which I bought both of. Could you please clean my chair that I sit on because I shit myself? That's a true story. I'll have to leave it there for a second because I really have to try and get up to go to the toilet, and it's going to be difficult. But I will be back to tell you and to add to this story. I'll be right back real soon. My husband's in a foul mood because the kitchen's in a mess, and he says that our kids are lazy. My life would be a hell of a lot better if I was a hell of a lot feeling better, but I don't. I feel like shit. And I'm going to be doing my best to make sure doctor does send me to hospital. I don't care which one. I just don't care. I'm in pain and I can't deal with it anymore. This is raw footage. This is unedited. This is what I want you to see. I want to be able to look back in the near future and say to myself, oh my Lord, I was that bad. I was that bad. I don't know when the next time is I'll be with you, but I'll try. Try my hardest to get and see you all again very soon. See what happens. Cheerio, toodaloo. At the moment, I'm waiting for my GP to ring me back, and I'm going to be quite adamant about going to hospital. My pain is a hell of a lot worse, and I can't handle it anymore.